So you were here before. Give everybody. I'm not sure. We had a lag, so I couldn't use you as a highlight. But hopefully this time I can. Run down your stats for those who don't know you. Your name, your age, where you're calling me from, what you do for a living, and also what you're currently
My
going
name
through.
is Angie. I'm currently 38 years old. I have a podcast called Put Talk. I also have a non-for-profit where I advocate for women under 40 with breast cancer. I am currently fighting and kicking stage 4 metastatic breast cancer's ass. I just had surgery 2 days ago. That's kind of like what I do. I advocate for women who can't hey, beautiful. I advocate for women who are afraid to advocate for themselves, and my podcast is basically talk, but it's really about the woman, it's about the womb, it's about the love, and I just currently wrote a book called Power.
Why would you name your podcast PUSSY Talk? Oh my God! This is where I think women go wrong. I think they don't correlate that kind of stuff they don't understand men. Most men, when they hear that, I think this is why I believe that men are, look, and yeah, they got some low down, dirty dog cheating men out there for sure. Let's put that out there, because somebody gonna be like, oh, well, you don't tell the men. There's lots of channels that talk about how low down, dirty niggas cheat. All right. I just think that women do the same, but they don't want us to say that part. The Bonnie Crew Society of America don't want to talk about the women cheating and the low down, dirty women. We are all conditioned to just talk about the men. So, but not over here. So I want to just say, listen, yeah, there's some low down, dirty dog cheating men out here for sure. But what I'm saying is, I don't think women know how to pick the good men, and I don't think they understand how men think. So if you create a podcast that's talking about PUSSY talk, quite naturally, aren't you as men, even me, but aren't y'all going to think, oh, since she's talking about the P talk, y'all mind gonna go to that? It's almost like how women objectify themselves, right? They walk out with their TNA out, right? So as a man who's a straight heterosexual man who like women, right? You gonna see TNA and you gonna look, right? Am I wrong? Tell me if I'm wrong, I can accept it. As a straight heterosexual man, you like women. So if a woman is showing her TNA, your eyes gonna go to TNA because you like that. If you're talking about PUSSY talk, you might go see what's she talking about the P. Is that what she about? Right? Am I right or wrong? Am I lying or am I flying? Aren't y'all, isn't that going to get your attention if she's talking about the P and you like P? If she's showing the TNA and you like that, you might go take a peek, right? Are you going to look at a woman who's talking about PUSSY and be like, oh, she's such a nice, wholesome Christian lady. She's not about that life. She's just a beautiful, ladylike woman who's wholesome and have more to offer. This is what throws me with women, is because y'all want to, not all, but some want to talk about things that go straight to your body. The things that would objectify your body, the things that would make men listen and look. I don't understand what's shocking about men looking at what they like or being attracted to something that they naturally like. That don't mean they're all bad. It's just a man. So once again, if women understood men, they wouldn't put themselves out there in that way. They would understand that, hey, no, because men pay attention to this. Men are more in tune with this stuff than we are. Let's continue.
You definitely have a great shape. You don't understand
I didn't say how I can have
that
sex
type
without
of
a
guy.
relationship. What I said is that I'm dating. And because I'm dating doesn't mean that if I date someone and I like someone that I wouldn't have sex with that person. And that's totally opposite. I'm a person, and yes, I want to have sex, but let's be clear. A lot of people say that they're in relationships and they're just people and not a lot of dating. And so what I said is that I went out with a guy, I dated him, and we had a great time. And we're adults, and I slept with him, and that's what you should do in dating.
Okay, so what did I say opposite? You had sex.
Most people think they're in a relationship and still have sex, and that's the.
I mean, that's fine.
Go ahead.
But hold on, we're gonna talk about logistics here. The point that I made was you had sex and you guys were not in a relationship. This is not a judgment.
Absolutely.
This is a fact. I'm not judging you for that, and I'm not judging you actually for anything. But I do want to. Because you said in the beginning you attract a certain type of guy, and I do want to understand why you would attract that type of guy.
Let's first say that I don't attract a certain type of guy. I attract
what you said.
I didn't say that. What I said was people think, men specifically and women, because I have a certain look or a certain shape, that I don't have anything else but that. And that's totally far from the opposite. which is what I was saying. I don't have a problem with saying that if I'm dating someone or if I'm having sex, whatever. But what I said is people think because I just have a certain shape and a certain look that I don't have brains or that I don't have anything. And what I'm saying is that, and whoever said I'm defensive, of course I'm defending what I'm saying because I want her to understand me. We're communicating. And what I'm saying is that because people be taking off of a look and then they get you on a date and I'm actually asking.
And you have a podcast called Pussy Talks. If I go off of Pussy Talks, Shay, saw you on my live, she's open to having sex without being in a relationship. Yeah, that type of guy would be like,
but that's not
okay,
just the
you
world.
have to get to know you.
This is the thing, Kendra, it's not just the guys. It's actually the world. And that's how I came up with talk, because you know that talk is much more deeper. It's not about, it's about a lot of times how women are held prisoners to their, because
girl, how you held prisoner to your own vagina? What the hell that mean? Held prisoner to your, what you mean held prisoner to your vajayjay? What that mean? Like, they just be making shit up. What you mean? Like, no, Kendra made a very valid point, the same one I made. This is why I say a lot of women are delusional, y'all. You know, this is why I say it's a lot of rethinking that a lot of women have to do, but they refuse to do it. So you just be who you are by yourself, because that's what you're more than your vagina and your body and your shape. But you're more than that, but that's not what you're experiencing. That's not what you're putting out there. You're putting everything out there to say that that's what you are all about. Then you meet a guy and you sleep with him with no requirement for a relationship and things. So come on, it is what it is. You can't change it into something else because you're proving it is what they think it is. So that's why they look to you for that. If you're gonna show TNA, they're gonna thank you about TNA, and then they're gonna try to get some of that. You're not coming on and saying, "Oh, the name of my channel is Higher Learning," or we're about mental stimulation, or you know what I mean, we're about higher education podcast. No, you say PUSSY talk, right? Then you got the titties in the body to show it's all about that. But then, I'm not all about that. It's just stupid. It don't make no goddamn sense, y'all. Let's continue.
One thing I did listen. And the first thing you said when you were talking about this is you said, men think because I have a podcast called Pussy Talk and because of my shape, that's why I went there. I was like, well, of course
I like men that don't even know that my podcast is called Pussy Talk, who see me out in the world.
Well, I'm talking about for my show, girl. On my show, we know your podcast is called Pussy Talk. So what I'm saying is that remains. You was on my show. We talked about talks. We talked about you having sex without a relationship. That's what the resume said if they saw you on this show. So I'm not talking about who didn't see the show. I'm talking about what happened on my show. We can move forward because we're going in circles.
Do your thing.
It's not really worth to go in circles. But what I'm saying is, that's what I'm saying. But let's just go forward.
We talked several times. I asserted what I wanted.
Okay, but you came back tonight. We came back tonight to do it again, to give that update. What was the goal for tonight?
And give the update. So there's the update.
Okay, so you want to do it again? Okay, that's the update.
My name is
Tell us your name again, honey. Angie. So I know a little. Chicago and podcast. You have a child. You have more than one child, or just one child? One child is 21. Aquarius. What's your zodiac sign? Aquarius. And she is beating breast cancer's ass. So highly salute that. We actually met at a breast cancer event. All right. So now let's break it down, Angie. What kind of guy are you looking for? Are you looking for a relationship?
I will say this. I don't go into a situation saying this, I want a relationship. I first want to build a rapport with a person and see if we can get along, if we can have conversation and things like that. And if that grows into a relationship, absolutely. But I think for me, I don't want to say, hey, am I dating intentionally? Absolutely. But am I going into every situation saying I'm looking for a relationship? Not necessarily, because we see somebody and they'll have a certain potential and we'll put in our mind as women, oh, he's relationship potential, but we don't take the time to actually ask the questions and get to know the person. Right. And I think, a lot of times when I get on a date, because of the outer thing, like you said, people don't have the opportunity to get to know people.
God, she talked too goddamn much. Jesus Christ, like Jesus. Lord, I understand why y'all be like, damn, these women talk too much. Girl, do you want a relationship or not? God damn. This is like, Oh Lord, have mercy, Lord, Jesus, shut the Lord. Everything has to be an elaboration. Just yes or no. Some things just yes, no. Boy.
I'm asking you the clear question.
Eventually, but I don't want to go
relationship?
into a situation. I want to date. I want to see what's out there. I want to date people.
Okay, so that's what you will attract then. So that's fine. So what are some requirements that you're looking for? Wait 7 seconds. We have a leg.
So I want somebody who's has an active lifestyle, meaning eating healthy, working out. Someone who can hold a conversation. I like to talk about different things such as real estate, the stock market. Yes, I like to talk about pussy. Yes, I like to work out. Someone who can hold an all-around conversation. Someone who's strong, a man who's sure of himself, because a lot of times I have where men are out with me and they're insecure. So someone who is sure of himself, securing his manhood, who's respectful, honest, and hardworking.
Okay. Wait 7 seconds. What are your deal breakers?
Liars.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Does he have
just
to
have
look
an
a certain way?
active lifestyle and be active and trying to fit? I work out daily. I eat healthy. So someone who has that same kind of lifestyle.
Okay. So this is Angie Chicago. She's a podcaster. Do you have another job besides being a podcaster? Is that not appropriate?
You can say that I used to own a spa and a recovery house, and when I got sick, I decided to close the business down. And I have my book, and then I have my podcast. So that's fine.
So what would be? I mean, I don't mind giving you your proper title. What would be the proper title?
Okay.
So, because I said podcaster, and I felt like you didn't like that. Oh, okay. Okay. Does the guy have to? Did I ask you about look a certain way? Does he have to make a certain amount of money?
Financially stable to sustain his own lifestyle, and also to be able to afford to date.
Afford to date. Do you dating? Now that's broad, because someone can afford to date and this is a legitimate date. McDonald's
I would prefer
in a movie.
A movie.
So
yes, but
that's
I don't care for McDonald's.
Date.
We can do a salad in a movie. And that's the thing, because dating is so weird now. I like going to the zoo, museums, and I like experiences because I really don't eat. I have 1 meal per day, and I have a vegetarian lifestyle, so I don't really eat. So experiences.
Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam. You know what that is, right? The Kendra Cam is when you stand up. Okay. You definitely have a great shape. The breast is out, girl.
I lost the first pair, so I thought I'd do myself right with the new ones.
Okay, there you have it. When was your last relationship, Angie? Last year. You don't have to answer, and we gotta still follow the 7-second rule. So
if I get out the house every day,
after I ask the question.
Geo Johnson, I'll stay outside. Check my resume. He says, I don't want to date. I don't want to get out the house. I said, no, I get out the house every day. You better check my resume. I'm never in the house. I'm always on.
Okay. Only because IG has a lag, so we got to follow the 7-second rule. When was your last relationship? Wait 7 seconds.
Last year.
Last year. You don't have to answer. You was on my show. When was you on my show last?
Maybe earlier this year.
I thought you had just had sex when you were on my show.
It was January. No, you said when was my last relationship? The last time we talked, I was dating a guy. I went out with him and I had sex with him.
Okay. I stand corrected. When was the last time you had sex? You don't have to answer. Okay. Why do you think you're single, Angie? Wait 7 seconds.
I'm single because I want to be. I'm single because I don't need to fill a void in a relationship. I have everything I need, so everything a relationship brings to me is extra. And so because of those things, I'm not lonely, so I'm not looking for someone to fulfill that part. And
gotta jump in. So if you're single because you want to
I'm
be,
dating,
why would you be on a
but
single
you
show?
ask,
looking
because
for
people
someone?
say, why are you single? I'm single right now because I want to be, and I haven't found anybody to be in a relationship with. And the last relationship I was in did not work out. So I'm single now because I want to be.
No, she said it. You're single because you haven't found anybody that you want to be in a relationship with. That's not single by choice. That's single by your choices, or single because nobody seems to be interested in you to take seriously. You're not single. If you had a man that you really wanted to be with and he wanted to be with you, you wouldn't be single. So the truth of the matter is you're single because nobody seems to be interested in you, or you can't find a man that you like that likes you back. That's the real. See, and this is why, you're single because the man that you want don't want you. Who you want gotta want you back. So if you could find a man that you really like, and he's taking you seriously and want to be with you, you wouldn't be single. See, women like to try to make it seem like they have the power and it's in their control, but it's really not. It's really not. It's in the control of the men. Because once again, if these women could get the man that they really want, they would not be single. So you're not single because you want to be. You're single because you can't get the man that you want. That's the bottom line.
If I date somebody and I like that person, then we'll talk about that. But I'm single now because I want to be. And because until I find somebody who I want to share myself with, I'll be single. And so that's why I'm single now. But I'm dating. Do I want to be with somebody? Do I want companionship? Absolutely. But I'm not in a rush to do it. And I'm not going to do it prematurely. And I'm not going to do it if I'm not happy and if the person isn't happy.
What are 3 flaws that you have? Shout out to Just Niche. That's a new question that we are inserting. 3 flaws that you believe you have. Wait 7 seconds.
I have 0 tolerance for bullshit.
Boy, if you don't get...
I can tell you one right out the bat. You talk too much. You don't know how to shut up. That's a flaw. You talk too much and you never shut up. That should have been the first one right there. God damn.
You're considering this a flaw? Because that doesn't sound like a flaw. That sounds like a characteristic. I'm asking you 3 flaws, like things that I feel like you would like that characteristic. I'm at 3 flaws or things that you may need to work on. That wouldn't be considered a flaw.
Having a big heart. That's one of my biggest flaws. It's a gift and a curse. I hate it. Because of that, I have a tremendous heart, and I go into situations, dating and or relationships with the way my heart is, and everybody isn't like me.
Your flaw is a big heart.
My other flaws, I'm hard-headed. For example, I have people say, you're fighting cancer, you should sit down or you should slow down. And that kind of trickles to everything in life. I'm kind of a get it done kind of person. And some people don't understand that. And it can be a flaw at times because sometimes maybe I'll need to take a break or stop. But I just have that mentality where I'm just going to keep going. So that's 2.
Okay. If you don't have a third one, that's fine. But
No.
do you have a third one or no?
Mm-mm.
Okay. What's the age range you would date,
38.
Angie? How old are you again? 38. What's the age range you would date? Wait 7 seconds.
40 and up.
40 and up. Could he have kids? Wait 7 seconds.
Lashes is upset. I don't mind if he has kids, but I would prefer that his kids are older, only because I have an adult child. And, maybe I don't want to be with someone who has smaller children because of the lifestyle difference.
Okay. Why would a guy be lucky to be with you, Angie?
Because I have a
last question. Wait 7 seconds.
Because I have a beautiful heart and a beautiful spirit, and I'm probably one of the most loving human beings that this earth will see at this time.
I'm done. This is some shit right here.
This is a lot. I don't know if this one was called Brace Yourself, because it should have been called Brace Yourself. Baby, Lord Jesus Christ, y'all. I shout out to the men. Shout out to men in general. Shout out to the men worldwide. If this what y'all got to deal with, ooh, Lord. I see why these men be like, you know what? How much you want? And give me some coochie, because that's the only thing I see right here. That's all I can get out of this, because you cute. Let me get to the bottom line. I shut up and give me the coochie, and I'm out, because I can't take no more. I just want coochie anyway. Just give me the coochie. I'll pay you here $20, whatever. What you asking for? I don't want to hear. Don't say a word. Shut up, because that's gonna ruin it. Don't say another word, because I'm trying to get me something. Can't get it if you keep talking.